Hello, welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. 10 minutes after forcibly commandeering the light van, I have the driver pull out, oopsie, pull over and get out under the pretense of inspecting the vehicle, then inform him it's being confiscated as evidence. I explain that I have no legal authority to silence him, but it'd be wisest to keep quiet and avoid possible conflicts with Ministry of Defense bylaws. When he nods, I promise the van will be returned in 2 days and hand him JB's card. This, I clarify, is actually an automated line. Just call the number, then hang up without saying a word, and within 30 minutes a nice sturdy car will come pick you up. The driver's face crumbles in relief as he accepts it with both hands. In any case, now I've got myself a suitable method of transportation. Leaving the van I borrowed at a parking deck connected to a movie theater, I buy a few plastic bottles of water at a convenience store and head down to the nearby subway station. Not that I'm actually planning on using a train this time. Making my way to the clothing lockers inside the station, I retrieve my personal belongings and Makina's apple seedling, then go to my knees and carefully water the plant. I haven't been wandering around aimlessly for the last 2 weeks. I've been moving around gathering information, looking for a way to break out of this dead-end situation quickly and decisively. There aren't many cards left in my hand, and among them, only one stands out as an efficient and practical way. Even so, I'm conflicted, still am. There's a part of me casting around desperately in search of the most peaceful possible solution, and a part of me hissing, you know the quickest way to end this, so get moving. It's not really much of a debate, I'm probably just hesitating. The person Asako brings me to me, the person who chose not to kill, is making his last stand against the vicious thing that's been stealed away beside me since I was a child. Even now, I can feel the balance slipping little by little with every passing minute. This agonizing won't last much longer. Yeah, there's only one way to wrap up everything neatly, isn't there? Take out the backpack that's stowed with the seedling in my locker and retrieve the small gun stashed away at the bottom. It's a double action automatic. Takes 13 9mm bullets. JB gave me the thing as an interpersonal capacity for use as a concealed carry sidearm, but I found the quirkiness of the firing sequence hard to get used to. It's been sitting in the bottom of my backpack for a very long time. I unlock and open the case and take out the well-oiled body of the weapon, remove the double column magazine, and fill it with ammunition. Turning the loaded mag to the stock, I pull the slide assembly back, push the first bullet firmly into the chamber, and release my grip on the squeeze cocker beneath the trigger guard. The firing pin promptly returns to the safety position. Honestly, what the heck am I supposed to do with this thing? Still, I've got no choice but to manage. Slipping the small pistol in between my belt and waist, I return my backpack to the locker, then get to my feet with the potted apple tree in my hands. But first, better go reinforce my resolve. I make my way back into the subway station crowd, setting off with the ceiling against the flow of businessmen on their way home. About 1 hour later, I find Matsuzawa Psychiatric still and quiet. It's already well past visiting hours. As always, there aren't any guards or even observers posted in the area. My infiltration consists of slipping in easily through a ground-level emergency exit. I follow a hallway faintly illuminated by the neon glow of the sign above the door. An empty flight of stairs takes me to the 3rd floor, where I make my way toward a secluded private suite. At the very back of the 3rd floor, I glance at the nameplate Yuuji and Makina hanging horizontally across the final door, then slide it quietly open with no hesitation whatsoever. Makina, I'm back. This might be the last time I see you, so I brought your plant today. Well, okay, sorry, but I've made up my mind to kill your mother. Don't worry, I'll pull it off perfectly. I'll set you free. Are you awake?
Ne, Papa. Ringo.
I did. I have the water and everything. Do you think you can make it to the front of the station tomorrow evening?
そうね。起きられたらいけると思うのよ。
By tomorrow evening, everything should be over, so let's meet up and find ourselves someplace to live together. Don't like the idea?
そうじゃないのよ。でも、私がいなくなったら妹があるね。私の妹、瀕死の重傷なんだって。そんでね、妹を助けるには私の臓器がいるんだって。
So that's how it is. So that's what's been keeping her alive since they got their hands on her. Jerks. Don't worry, I'll wrap everything up nice and clean. Just be waiting tomorrow at 1800 hours in front of the station. I'll definitely come to pick you up.
わかった。待ってるのよ。だから、必ず。
Back asleep already, huh? Well, now that I've gone and made her a promise, guess I'll have to keep it. If I were to disappear, who'd keep this girl safe? Who's going to protect a girl whose own mother wants to kill her? I wanted to make her into a woman who could stand on her own 2 feet, even when I'm no longer there to support her, but there's no more time. They backed us into a corner. All I can do now is finish this as quickly and thoroughly as possible. I've sharpened my fangs. I've torn off my collar. Nothing left to do but charge at my enemy and rip out their throat. Changing into a plane work means I'm different from the back of my head. I head out to the highway. The trip to your super headquarters takes 40 minutes. I exit the highway, and quietly make my way to straight arrows along the back of the Super headquarters. Within a few minutes, the service entrance comes into view ahead, north police officer had been watching the He's carrying a binder and ballpoint pen in one hand. With the other, he knocks lightly on my side window.
Engine 止めてもらえる?
Yeah. Even as a sulky frown flashes across my face, I obediently reach down and twist my key in Then lower the driver's side window, grab the entry permit sitting on top of the dashboard, and present it to the officer. The officer accepts the paper, slips it into his binder, cranes his head a little to check my license plate number. And begins scratching away diligently at some form or other. This part's a gamble, a calculated gamble, but a gamble nonetheless. Over the last few weeks, I've been stealthily visiting the area around here's huge Kiyoka regulations, probing and observing the security. About a week ago, I realized that a mobile police unit had been placed in charge of inspecting all incoming deliveries. Until then, our people had been in charge, so I'd been forced to keep a wary distance, but I'm willing to bet some political wrangling about the TI's earlier blunders resulted in the establishment of an extremely superficial joint investigation headquarters, with the cops taking over a few minor jobs like this. This sort of thing is always the brainchild of someone in Kasumi Kaseki, and often results in the cooperating agencies competing in an attempt to show off this head bureaucrat. And even at the best of times, the Guardian and my employer are on terrible terms, frequently neglecting to share even crucial information. Healthy rivalries and in-house competition are all well and good, but when things get out of hand, we just end up sabotaging each other. Very convenient now that I find myself on the other side. Look, I don't know what you guys are supposed to be looking out for, but how long is this game gonna last? How long is this gonna last? We're all busy people, you know?
まあね、私もこれが仕事だから。すみませんけど、ご理解とご協力を願いますよ。あと運転免許証を拝見できますか。
Clicking my tongue in irritation, I rest my right hand on top of the wheel, then lay my upper body over toward the passenger seat and open the glove compartment. Retrieving a light blue pass case, I take out a driver's license and hand it over. Of course, it's just one of the numerous cover IDs my company prepared for me in the days when we were on better terms.
Hi, どうも。帽子取ってもらえるかな。
The policeman checks the photograph on my license and looks up to compare it with my own pictures, squinting irritably as he shines his flashlight in my eyes. I shove my face forward for examination.
はい、いいですよ。ありがとうございました。
While carefully accepting the license back, I shoot a quick glance at my rearview mirror out of the corner of my eye. One or two of them have begun noisily revving up their engines as if to say, "Get a move on."
Hi, ちょっと待ってね。
Grimacing at the noise, the policeman wedges the binder with my fake entry permit under his arm. then bends down and pokes something that looks like a motorcycle rearview mirror beneath the vehicle, examining the undercarriage. Looks like the forgery of the permit went very well, at least. 4 days ago, I managed to approach one of the trucks lined up here waiting to enter the warehouse. After presenting one of my company IDs, I asked to see their permit, which I then quietly photographed with a digital camera. With those images as a base, I used a PC in a cafe in Kiyoka to mock up a falsified document, then printed it out in a copy shop. Pretty half-done job, but the cop doesn't seem to have any suspicions at the moment.
それじゃあ荷物の中身確認させてもらっていいかな。
Answering in the grouchy tone of a man who's having his time wasted, I reach to the side of my seat and yank up the lever that controls the main hatchback. As the rear door swings upward with the soft hiss of extending dampers, the policeman sticks his head inside. Opening the lids of the cardboard boxes one after the other, he sticks a hand into the work uniforms packed inside, confirming that I'm not hiding anything suspicious inside. Yeah, that's right.
遅くまで仕事大変だね。
We're in the same boat there, right? Come on, please finish up already. It's gonna be a real pain if you mess up all the merchandise like that.
すみませんね。すぐに終わりますから。おい、まだかよ。早くな。
An angry shout from the driver of the next truck cuts through the air. Straight. Let's get a move on here. If somebody from the company looks into that driver's license number, it's an instant game over. I'd really like to be inside before that happens.
Alright, それじゃあ結構ですよ。車を前に進めてください。
Officer Quiet quickly pushes a small stamp down twice on the document in his binder, then returns to my forged entry permit. Narrowing one eye, I accept it with a curtain on. Right, thanks.
はい、次の人。前に進んでエンジンを止めて。
Guess the whole sector's not all sunshine, donuts, and fat pensions, huh? Muttering these sympathetic sentiments to no one in particular, I start the van's engine, then guide it smoothly onto the entrance lamp, leading out to the basement of Arisu Global Headquarters.
Shacho, この本社の警備体制はいつまで続くのでしょうか。各部署から業務遅延の報告と下請けからのクレームが数件入っておりますが。
私からもあまり大げさにはしないでほしいと伝えてはあるのだけれど、同じ建物に2つの公の機関が同時にいるのが良くないみたいで、なんだか皆さん無駄に張り切っているのよね。
もう
2週間ですよ。このままの状況があと10日も続けば警備とは呼べない損失が発生しますが。
Kiyoka is the worst person in this family. Like, there are worse people in this family than Kiyoka.
そうね。すべては私がここにいるのが原因なのでしょうけど、娘のこともあって今は日本を離れるわけにもいかないし困ったわね。
お嬢様とご一緒に一時海外へ行かれてはどうでしょう。
そうね、 だいぶごちゃごちゃしてきたし、それがいいかもしれないわね。お父様の飛行機は使えるの？
はい、明日の午後4時には飛べるよう手配可能です。
ではそうしてちょうだい。マキナとサリナ両方連れて行きますから、現地の病院とお母様に連絡を。
承知いたしました。
ああ、お母様へのお見舞いも何か適当に見繕っておいて。
いつものように反物でよろしいでしょうか。
そうね。それと鶴屋の栗まんじゅうも用意しておいてちょうだい。
ご母堂様はあんこが嫌いだったと記憶しておりますが、確か以前お土産として月餅をお持ちになられた時に大喧嘩になったかと。
もちろん覚えているわ。それにお母様は栗も嫌いなの。だから持っていくんじゃありませんか。
承知いたしました。ご用意させていただきます。
お願いね。
失礼します。疲れた。
Well, holy, about time you came back. Where the heck you been? Don't go out all day here, you know.
誰？
You don't gotta freak out on me, miss. I'm just a delivery man. Got a package to drop off.
配達？ってどうやってここへ？
Huh? How the heck do you think? Said I had a package for the prez. The lady at reception desk said, well, go take it on upstairs then.
そんなバカな。受付ってどこの受付？
What do I care? Anywho, I'm here to deliver this to the president.
社長に直接？
Ah,
荷物の中身は？
hey, I know. They just told me to deliver this thing. Probably just one of them bomb coochies or what have you.
なんで中を確認しても？
Fine with me. But on your head be it. On your head. Arching one eyebrow dubiously, Miss Sawada accepts the cardboard box and removes the lid. Inside are numerous heavy-duty nylon ropes. And on top of these, there's a single scrap of paper. Don't make a sound or you're dead. Miss Sawada stares blankly at the words for a moment, her mouth hanging open slightly, before raising her face questioningly.
これって。
What, you illiterate? Don't make a sound, you're going to die. I pull out my handgun from the breast pocket of my work uniform, firmly depressing the squeeze cord to remove the fire pin. I said not to make a sound. Thrusting the gun forward threateningly, I use my free hand to remove the cap on my head and spit out the tissue paper I stuffed in my cheeks. Miss Sawada's eyes go wide with shock.
あなた、風見裕二。
I was taught to laugh off a woman's stupidity 3 times, but that was your last strike. The next time you make a sound, I'm going to kill you. Apparently sensing something in my dark sunken eyes, Miss Sawada bites firmly down on my lower lip and proceeds to glare angrily up at me in complete silence. Bad girl, I'm going to borrow this. Holding the gun steady in my right hand, I quickly reach out with my left and pull out a handkerchief that had been hanging out of the secretary's breast pocket.
あ
You got no idea how ridiculous you look. Just a joke. Don't get angry. Keep your hands on top of the desk. Don't go for the lower button. I ball up the handkerchief and stuff it into Sawada's mouth, then fix the gag in place with a nylon rope from the box. Stand up. Slowly come out from behind the desk. Put your knees on the ground and hold out your hands behind you. Sorry, this might hurt a little, but tough it out. Sawada seems to have decided that resistance would be pointless, as she obediently follows my instructions and waits quietly to be bound. Taking several more cords of nylon rope, I quickly tie her hands behind her back, link her ankles together, and finally connect the two bundles to immobilize her completely. That posture will probably get a little painful after a while. Why don't we lay you down? Slipping my hands under Sawada's armpits, I gently lower her sideways onto the thick carpet. The secretary squirms around a little after being up in it, but once you're on the ground in this position, it's impossible to get back up on your own power. Exhaling quietly, I review every step in the process that brought me here, searching for any potential oversights. Everything's gone pretty much exactly according to plan so far. Once I got inside, it was surprisingly smooth sailing. After following the ramp down to the delivery entrance at the very bottom of the tower, I hauled out the cardboard boxes from the back of my van and began to load them onto a large freight elevator. All well and good that I gotten this far, but now I had to come up with some kind of inconspicuous route over it. The final cardboard box in my arms, I was casually glancing in the direction of the emergency exit when I noticed another man in a uniform working nearby. The man loaded a few crates from the panel and then presumably drove it down. Then wheeled his pallet jack into the elevator and slipped into the corner of the cage. Getting in. Taking the man's question as my cue, I followed him into the elevator and with almost disappointing ease found myself rushing to the third floor warehouse. My new colleague took off his hat and offered a brief greeting to the manager, then wheeled his delivery off into the maze of shelves with the easy familiarity of a man in his own. I imitated the man's slight bow toward the manager, then followed him into the depths of the warehouse with a nonchalant expression on my face. A little way inside, I stopped and took out a notebook from the pocket of my uniform, pretending to double check where I needed to store my packages. Soon enough, the other man finished his own delivery and headed back out. Instead of riding the freight elevator back down, the delivery man simply said, "Can you get the door, please?" In response, the manager pressed a button to unlock a door leading to an external room near the staircase. The man nodded his thanks and slipped outside, probably needed to go down a floor to get some documents signed. After briefly considering the matter, I decided to make use of the emergency stairs myself. A single sentence to the manager got me outside outside, but instead of heading downstairs, I climbed up to the 4th floor, where an inviting door offered access to an internal evacuation staircase. The problem is opening it. An emergency exit is only intended to open one way. For obvious reasons, they're designed not to be accessible from the outside. But I haven't spent years on the Ichigai payroll for show. I was taught a method that can get you inside of ways with a bit of delicate fiddling, a little time consuming, but it almost always works. However, even if it was possible to unlock the door, I couldn't just swing the thing carelessly open. An emergency exit of this sort has an alarm that is active by default. The instant it opens, the near splitting bell goes off, and building security is instantly contacted. As a countermeasure, I used a classic trick, deceiving the alarm with a bit of aluminum foil. I took Makina's back of grape-flavored bubble cake from my pocket, unwrapped one stick, and popped it into my mouth. Folding the wrapping paper into a flat sheet, I stuck the piece of gum onto it as an adhesive and fixed it over the alarm sensor. After a few minutes of work on the door, I slipped quietly into the deserted evacuation staircase, and without further difficulty made my way straight up to the 12th floor. Now it's just a matter of getting into the president's office, but... Whoops, that was a bit sloppy. Now that I look carefully, there's a fingerprint scanner next to the heavy wooden door and back, with an LCD screen displaying look, walk, and guard letters. Come to think of it, Miss Sawada here had to unlock the door from the last time I visited. Should have had her open it before I tied her up. Now what? I glanced back at the secretary lying on the ground with her body bunched back like a shrimp, only her face pointing this way. Could always just chop off a finger, but it's a bit much. Might make things awkward when you're getting into it with your boyfriend. Can't have that. Pushing my gun into the belly of my work uniform, I haul Miss Sawada up off the thick rug. Pipe down. I'm just going to borrow your finger for a second. Don't make too much noise or I'll just snip one off with that pair of scissors on your desk. Lifting Sawada over my shoulder, I bring her to the door and guide the index finger of her right hand to the scanner. Okay, thanks, we're good now. Gently lowering the secretary back to the floor, I firmly grab hold of the door. Do or die time, possibly both. Pardon me! Kazami Yuuji reporting in. You see Kiyoka's eyes open wide with shock. A deep fried okaki cracker creasing halfway to her mouth. Snacking in the middle of the night, you're going to put on weight, you know. I glance briefly at the corner of the ceiling. The surveillance camera's activity light is on. I like to bet Kiyoka deliberately turned the thing on to keep her midnight snack private.
あなたどうしてここへ
Why are you here? How do you get in? Women always ask the same questions. I'm scared. What you're about to do, I pulled a small handgun out of my work uniform. My previous visit made it clear that further discussion is pointless. Today, I've come to it as a threat to your Makina.
排除って落ち着きなさい。
Sorry, not interested. Talking just makes the trigger heavier. I should have shot this woman dead when I saw her. I've already been disheartened and moved. Don't falter, Yuuji. Pull the trigger. Now, before the momentum fades. Sensing my momentary hesitation, Kiyoka leaps forward, aiming for the door behind me. Darn it. As the woman tries to slip past my side, I swing my arm in a vicious arc, slamming the butt of my pistol into her temple. Her body jerks backward. I sweep her legs out from under her, and she tumbles to the ground.
私を殴ったわね。
Yeah, that I did. Tell me something. Did your parents ever hit you?
ないわ。親どころか誰にも殴られたことなんてないわ。
Figured as much. That explains a lot.
それが何だというの。私は殴られるようなミスを一つもしてこなかったというだけよ。
That's a delusion, an egotistical fantasy. Your parents guided you around every bump in the road, and when you tripped over your own feet, you found someone else to blame. You lived your life in denial of your own shortcomings. You were chauffeured down a life others set out for you, never spanked, never frustrated, never knowing pain. That's why you turned into a woman who can sacrifice her own daughter without so much as a twinge of conscience.
知った風な口を。あなたに私の何がわかるというの。
Oh, I understand. My father was the same way. The old man was a waste of space who spent most of his life eating through his inheritance. When he screwed up or things took a bad turn, he'd take it out on the people around him. He knocked me around to forget his troubles. Thought every other person in the world was trash. Any little thing that he could use to his advantage was worthless. Why is it always, what do you know about me, instead of trying to reason with them in some way? Didn't even see us as human beings. Annoyed him just to look at us.
それは役立たずのひがみだわ。
You got the same disease, and there's no curing it now. If I don't kill you, Makina's going to die instead.
待って。マキナのために私を殺そうというの？ねえ、それは無駄よ。やめな。私を殺してもマキナを殺そうとする人はいくらでもいるわ。
That's not relevant. If anyone else comes to kill her, I'll eliminate them one by one, as many times as it takes.
わかったわ。取引をしましょう。私を殺さないでくれるなら、私もマキナを殺しません。そうだ。なんだったらあなたマキナと結婚する？あんなわけのわからない組織で使い捨てにされるよりずっといい暮らしができるわよ。
Sounds nice. Always dreaming about that sort of thing.
でしょ？ね、そうなさいな。
There's just one problem. I'd rather die than become your son. You know, I thought long and hard before I came here. I I was very close to certain, but I tried to convince myself there was the slightest chance of killing out Makina as her mother. Having to settle things through killing is just too sad, isn't it?
だからね、私を殺さなければ誰も死なないのよ。
Listen to what I'm telling you. I thought long and hard, and this was the answer. I've reached my conclusion. My will isn't weak enough to be swayed by your words. That's enough. Just pull the trigger. Don't let emotion cloud your mind any further. Pull the trigger now, and everything will end. You won't have to fear the weight any longer. Joel, you remember what you came here to do. Why are you standing in this room with Azami Yuuji? What are you to Makina? I know. I'm your father. I promised the will I'd become your father.
待って、何を言っているの？ねえ、お願い、やめて。殺さないで。私が何をしたっていうの？マキナを殺したわけでもないのに。私が悪かったのなら謝るから。ねえ、許して、お願いよ。何でもするから。
What an awful face. But I got the feeling. I've seen it somewhere before. This is kind of satisfying, actually. You should. Where was it? You should punish someone for this messed up thing. I get it. She looks just like Makina. Well, of course she does. They're parent and child, after all. Someone in this messed up family has to be punished. It's only natural, right?
ねえ、あなた聞いているの？ねえ。
Shut up. There has to be a way for it not to be her, though. No, don't pull the trigger. Yeah, that's right. This woman's not worthy to be called a mother, but they're still parent and child. Of course, that was a choice. And when you kill your parent, even if they're the scum of the earth, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. It's no good. Now I'm remembering. They really do give you a choice there, jeez. I can't kill. It's no good. I'm no good after all. What a joke. What a complete joke. What the heck am I doing? Falling flat onto my backside on the spot, I explode into roars of laughter. Who do I have to kill though? Maybe your parents? It's the briefest of chances, but Kiyoka seizes it. As I laugh with the deranged bitterness of a man who's given up on the world itself, the woman's hand loose for the alarm button under her desk. And in that moment, I really, truly don't care about her, about myself, about anything in the world. There are hurried footsteps in the corridor within seconds, the sound of someone bursting into the secretary's office. They actually rejoice there. That's interesting. I guess that's a head. Well, for a piece of garbage like me, I guess it was a pretty respectable showing. The thought fills me with something like resignation. My throbbing heart slows. The red hot flame in the center of my mind grows cold and still. The guards in the office outside are throwing their bodies against the door and back by his bed. They didn't buy his fingers with the For some reason, their obvious irritation strikes me as someone amusing.
さあ、12ゲージライフルスナック持ってこい早く
So they're going to break out the master key, huh? I guess that means they're probably not our people. Well, not that I particularly care at this point. It's a simple trick. Take a shotgun with massive 12-gauge ammunition, blast away the upper and lower hinges on the left, then the area by the lock. Not pretty, but it opens just about any door, hence the nickname. Soon enough, the door smashed violently inward. A man in black bursts into the room shoulder first, bleeding with more blood than the charge of our shoulders. His automatic pointed to the ground.
助けて早くこの子を殺してテロリストよ
I see. They're going to turn me into a terrorist, huh? JB must have been wanting to prepare that scenario. Wonder if all north or the east. Well, probably the north.
動くな
He really isn't even
銃を捨てろ
trying to understand him. He just labels him a terrorist right away. Drop my weapon, he says. Unfortunately, I already tossed my gun on the floor before you could keep Rambo. Why the heck would I bother fighting back this way in the game? Just dispose of me however you like.
わかった。待ってるのよ。だから必ず来てね。
That's right. I promised Makina, didn't I? Sorry, kid. I screwed up. Don't think I'll be able to come pick you up. I really am sorry, Makina.
早く殺して
ですが抵抗行動はしていません
関係ないわ
Maybe this girl is kind of messed
私を
up,
殴ったの
actually.
よ
Calm down, woman.
確保だ
Calm down. What? Maybe she is kind of messed up. The two security bullies have already placed themselves between me and Arisu Kiyoka, completely sheltering her body. Jeez, girl. Wouldn't think the woman was bawling like a baby a minute ago. The instant she's standing behind someone's back, her voice gets a lot louder. Okay, she does deserve a little punishment. That side of you really does remind me of my old man. A weak laugh, tinged with self-mockery, pushes its way out of my lips. The orange of the SB officers reaches out to restrain me, probably looking to grab my wrist, yank it behind my back, then press my chest to the floor with his knee. Next to that massive baseball mitt of a hand seizes my right wrist with bone-crushing force. I reflexively try to pull it free. Circling behind me, the man strikes the side of my head with a 3-stage extendable baton. A tingling warmth spreads in the back of my nose. That attitude annoys me. He has power. I have none. I'm not even resisting. He still knocks me around. That's perfectly normal to him. Comes as naturally as breathing. And all of a sudden, it makes me very, very angry. My right hand twists instinctively in his grip. I lean back, shifting my weight to my waist. Pushing myself up off the ground, I jerk his wrist sharply upwards as I turn to face him. Even as I exhale the air in my lungs through pursed lips, my left hand reaches for the man's eyes, but he's ready for it. Okay, I want Yuuji to hurt Kiyoka now. Cripple her or something. His baton falls to the ground, his open hand catches my wrist. Break one of her limbs. She deserves it. We each got a hold of her now. It's become a contest of strength. Against a muscle monster like this, a simple grappling match isn't going down well. With a small twitch in my captured wrist, I abruptly let the muscles in my arm go slack, no longer resisting its attempt to overpower me. The man's torso lurches forward, destabilizing his body's center of gravity. I don't give him a chance to regain his balance. Guiding his arm up and over my shoulder, I step forward, trying to use the weight of his unbalanced upper body as a match for a throw. Know how to point yourself. But guys who have done judo are seriously difficult to uproot. Roughly changing tactics, I release my grip on his left wrist with a little jerk to the side. Again, taken by surprise, he waves his hands in circles like a beginner on a balancing beam. As I move to tackle my opponent, the SB who had been hanging back to guard first, Kiyoka launches at me from behind. Quickly twisting around as we tumble across the floor, I lift my legs into the air. Then push forward off my back and drag my toes into the onrushing officer's gut. And using the backwash of my kick, I roll forward over the stomach and chest of the man who blasts with me. Momentum carries me 20 feet above the prone policeman. I instantly drop my knee down onto his still leg, the weight of the guillotine. Maintaining the pressure, I frantically search for the gun I abandoned earlier, but it's already been kicked into a corner of the room, much too far for me to reach out and grab. Need a weapon. The man pinned underneath my knee seems a good option, but when I flip back his jacket, there's no gun strapped to his armpit. Must be a hip holster. Licking my tongue in irritation, I reflexively grab the golden ballpoint pen peeking out from the breast pocket of his Oxford shirt. The third of Kiyoka's defenders brings his shotgun to bear. Want to shoot? Go ahead. I grab the man underneath me by the back collar of his suit and tumble away, pulling his body with me as a human shield. Doesn't matter if he got rifled slugs or a double buckshot at this range. There's no way for him to shoot me without killing his comrade. No one who's the current Damon would ever make that choice. In the first place, not relying on firearms except when strictly necessary as a part of crime in that organization. That's there, I've got two weapons. One of them may be out of the picture, but if I just sit here, the others will subdue me. What do I do? While I'm stalling, the man I knocked out with a kick to the solar plexus totters to his feet. There's no more time to hesitate. What do I do? As my eyes dart around the room, I tighten my grip on my human shield's collar, bending his body backward like a bow against my knee, and in that moment, something slips out of his jacket and tumbles noisily onto the floor. It's a palm-sized spray can, almost looks like a plain black bottle of deodorant at a glance. But the contents are without a doubt chloral, benzoate, travel. In other words, tear gas. I quickly pick up the can, fire a blast once into the face of the approaching officer. Although it certainly seems effective, it's not the kind of CS my company uses. The chemicals spray out as a diffuse mist, so it can't be used against distant opponents.
危ない、下がって。鼻と口をハンカチで隠して。
But the gas riding the currents of the room's air conditioning begins to flow toward ears to Kiyoka and her third guard. Struck suddenly by a point of sorts, I jabbed the golden ballpoint pen with my hand into the side of the spray can with all my weight. I instantly cover my nose and mouth with the top of my work. Tears are rolling from my eyes. Pulling out the pen from the canister, I hurled a little gas grenade at the shot. 危ない、伏せて。 Probably acting heuristic as an SP officer, the man throws an SQ to the ground, covering the body connectively with his arm. Now! I leap to my feet, now clear, and pull through the door. On the verge of escaping, I notice a large tabletop waiter in the shape of a bonus on the reception desk and Mate! There's the sound of a soft gun being pumped behind me. Now that I've left my shield behind, he has no reason to hold back. Tomare! An impact to my right shoulder, like the blow of a giant's hammer. My field of vision is instantly dyed in shades of red. The bone-shattering shock travels through my skeleton, shaking my skull violently. 12-gauge blast is powerful enough to explode capillaries across the right half of my body. Blood forced out of its vessels is gathering in my eyes. Stumbling forward through the door, I instinctively try to push myself up off the thick carpet. But my right arm's completely powerless. I collapse awkwardly to the floor. Lifting myself up a little with pure abdominal strength, I reach over to my right shoulder, or what's left of it. The muscle and flesh are simply gone. My fingers sink easily into a massive wound. It's fine. I won't die. There's no real reason to believe that. But unless I convince myself it's true, I'm going to fall to the ground and lie there paralyzed. It's fine. This is nothing. Just a scratch. Human beings don't die that easily. There's no problem here. Repeating the words in my mind like a mantra, I gather my willpower into a swirling vortex deep inside my gut. Stand up! I force my knees to push my body erect, but my legs shake like those of a newborn foal. I can't get to my feet. From behind, the sound of a shotgun being pumped. Cold dread shoots through my spine. Looking over my shoulder, I find the man with the gun scrubbing his eyes vigorously with the cuff of his suit as he hacks and wheezes painfully. He's in no shape to line up a shot, but at this range, even a blindly fired warning shot could easily kill me. I bite down on my lower lip fiercely enough to draw blood, willing my convulsing legs to support my weight, begging myself to stand. I've got to hurry. Backup might arrive any minute. I have to get out of here now. Leaning heavily against the wall, I rise to my feet. Slowly, painfully, I leave the president's office behind, the cigar-lighting goddess tucked under my arm. Just be patient, Makina. I'll definitely come pick you up. Reaching the passage, I hold the statue up to the fire alarm above and bathe it in a small blast of flame. Every emergency door in the building will be automatic to and off when the fire alarm goes off. With this done, I can slip into and out of any floor. Pushing my way out onto the emergency staircase through the exit with the sensor I disabled earlier. I jammed the enormous lighter in between the handrail and the door's lever, rendering it impossible to open from the inside. Got to get this patched up somewhere. Maybe the gunshot was too large a trauma to process, but it doesn't really hurt at the moment. Some part of my brain's probably decided I'd die of shock if I became aware of the pain. I swear to God, the world's too turned around. It's impossible to walk straight. Propelling myself from one near fall to the next on trembling legs, I flee into the night. Yuuji,
おはよう、キアラ。
あ、先輩、おはようございます。昨日はちゃんと眠れましたか？
眠れたように見える？あんなことがあったのに、眠ってる時間なんてあるわけないじゃないの。マスコミに対する粉飾作業で結局徹夜よ。
ああ、なんか先輩、少し痩せました？
今朝試しに体重計に乗ってみたら3キロ痩せてたわ。
まあ羨ましい。
あなたね、そりゃあなたはいいわよ。午前0時を過ぎた時点で交代になって、家に帰ってシャワーを浴びてビール飲んでラーメン食べて寝たんでしょ。そりゃ太るわよ。
なんで知ってるんです？
あなたの行動なんか簡単に予想できるわよ。私が何年この仕事やってると思ってるの？
やだな、まさか私の部屋にカメラとかマイク仕掛けてないですよね。
なんであんたなんかの監視のために貴重な 1% 枠を割かなきゃいけないのよ。
ですよね。
そんなことより、現場から逃走した9029号のその後の足取りはつかめたの？
いえ、それがぷっつりと途絶えたままです。最後の情報は昨夜の午前1時過ぎに上野駅の周辺でそれらしい人物を見たという不確かな目撃情報のみですね。
そう。
もうどこかで死んじゃってるってことはないですかね？
そう簡単に死ぬようには訓練してないわ。
でも現場で対応したハム員の報告では致命傷を負わせたという話ですし。
現場の視察に行ったうちの人間の話では致死量に匹敵する血痕が確認できたそうですよ。
でも死体はまだ発見されていない。だったら生きていると考え。
だといいんですけど。あ、いえ、別に先輩がかくまってるんじゃないかとか疑ってませんし、9029号が生きてたらいいなとか肩を持つ発言をしたわけじゃないですよ。
分かってるわよ。
でも本当どこへ行っちゃったんですかね。帰る場所なんてないのに。
イリスマキナの病院は？誰かうちの人間は張り付いているの？
いえ、誰も。イリスケからも何の依頼もありませんし、彼女もずっと病院で眠ったままで、これからどうなっちゃうんでしょう。
さあね。イリス・キヨカは今日の4時の飛行機で海外へ渡るそうよ。娘のサリナを連れてね。
マキナは置いてけぼりですか
？9029の死亡が確認できないうちは部活にタッチできないんじゃない？
ああ、うちの9029はしつこいですからね。もし海外に逃げたとしてもしつこくどこまでも追いかけてくるでしょうね。何でしたっけ？そんな9029号を揶揄した言葉がありましたよね。
9029に狙われるということはキレの悪いクソに悩まされるようなものだでしょ。それは12年前にキューバの麻薬カルテルの幹部が先代の9029に対して言った言葉よ。
いくつ代が変わろうと9029は恐怖のナンバーですよ。エースナンバーってやつです。いつかは私も9029のケースオフィサーをすることになるんですかね。
そうね。もし当代の9029の死亡が確認されて次代の9029にナンバーを引き継いだとしたら、その時はあなたに預けてもいいわよ。
あ、本当に？でも自信ないな。歴代の I9029 号って言えば命令無視に公明に不服従、いつだって管理官を泣かしてきたって言いますしね。
いいじゃない。程よくダイエットできるわよ。
なんか先輩見てると人より早く老けそうで嫌だな。
それってどういう意味かしらね。
怒らないでくださいよ。おっと、いいタイミングで緊急連絡。
どこから？
で、なんだ、イリス・マキナの病院から7時半の定時連絡です。読み上げますか？
お願い。
本日の午前6時30分、イリス・マキナの意識が回復したようです。
そう、よかった。
当人の意識はまだだいぶ混濁しているようですが、バイタルは極めて安定しているようです。よかったですね。
そうね。後で今回の件の報告も兼ねてお見舞いに行ってくるわ。
バームクーヘン持って。
そう、バームクーヘンを持ってね。
Not that I take Tiara's frivolous banter seriously or anything, but I do stop at a Western-style cake shop near Yuuji and Makina's hospital to buy a barbecue tea prior to my visit that afternoon.
ださい。このグラフはここ10年のアイリスグループの経済推移を示したグラフで、
テロリストといえば一言目には北だの東だのともてはやされていますが、皆さんは某 C 国という国の存在を忘れてはいませんか？そう、世界で2番目にプライドの高い国、あの国です。
With a quiet snort, I pick up the nav systems, remote control, and flip from the outside conflict progress back to the GPS screen. Mass media targeted, embroidery, type A, plan B. This new library is moving into the public discourse much as anticipated. In 20 days, a print-pledge shake-up in the Ministry of Justice will become a new hot topic in Parliament, and for the majority of the citizens around me, this incident will evolve into a dusty corner. This chain of incidents has reached a but there's still the mystery of Act 029's current And one other problem, simultaneously the most trivial and the most crucial element of this case, also remains unsolved. A mother who fled overseas, leaving her daughter in a hospital as though abandoning a broken toy she'd grown bored of. The question of how Yuuji and Makina will be dealt with interests me greatly. The girl hasn't simply been left behind by an indifferent mother. It's only a superficial part of the truth. It would be more accurate to say that we've used the confusion to take control of her as a potential material witness. It proves a wise bit. In compensation for a full accounting of the events that took place last night, Yuuji and Makina offers me extensive details concerning their Grisaia past history of corruption and criminal misconduct. The information in her verbal statement is astonishingly precise, proof that her memories of the family's secret necropole remains vivid and clear down to the minutest details. And so, in the form of a young woman, our organization obtains the Irisu Clan's Book of the Dead, a prize worthy of all we spent in its pursuit. The knowledge I gained this afternoon alone will be more than sufficient a bargaining chip to steal the Irisu's lips concerning Dying 029's misconduct. With the addition of one more document to the most classified files of the secret organization known as CIRS, we immediately extend a guarantee of personal security to our newest resource.
「残された問題は今後のあなたの身の振り方だけれど、うちでできる限りの援助はします。何か希望は？あなた、私の話、ちゃんと聞こえている？
Her eyes are open wide, and I know she's fully aware. But for the last little while, the girl's simply been staring at the apple seedling sitting by the window with a dopey look in her eyes. Perhaps it would have been best to conceal the fact that Kazami Yuuji disappeared after suffering grave injuries. In combination with his failed assassination of Makina's own mother, the shock might even prove powerful enough to trigger a relapse of her prior aphasia.
ねえ、あなた、これからどうする？帰るってどこに？
The girl no longer has any such thing. Her mother and sister have gone overseas in search of an organ donor. Her own family wanted her dead. Under such circumstances, who can she possibly return to? There's only one possible answer to my question.
パパのところへ。
パパ？パパってどっちの？
Her father in heaven, or that domesticated dog of ours who seems to have fallen off the face of the earth? Well, I suppose it really has to be the latter.
風見雄二の消息はまだつかめてはいないわ。
約束したの。
約束。
そう、約束。だからもう大丈夫なのよ。放っておいてくれれば私。
そう。
Oh, we go in a hospital bed, dreaming of an ephemeral future. Someday the prince will come and carry her away. She truly believes that. And in time, the day will come when she can look back on that dream with nostalgia. With this little soliloquy running through my head, I leave Yuuji and Makina's hospital for behind. The evening of that same day, I learned that she slipped out of her bed and disappeared quietly from the hospital. Oh no. Oh, that was so good. They should have ended it right there. Oh.
パパ、遅いな。もうずっと長いこと
How much more
悪い
is there?
夢を見ていたような
How much
そ
more
んな
is
気
there?
がする。私が美浜学園にいたことも、風見雄二という人と出会ってパパになってもらったことも、すべてでもこうして私の手にはリンゴの苗は残った。だとしたらパパの存在も夢ではなかったんだって。だって約束したのよ。約束したもの。だから絶対来るよ。パパは絶対。だから私はこうして待ち合わせの約束の駅で植木鉢を、もう約束の時間を少し過ぎているし、何人も行き交う駅前の人が不思議そうな顔をして私を、もう私は人を怖がったりなんかしない。だってもうすぐパパが私を迎えに来てくれるもの。何も不安なんてないのよ。
Makina. Sorry, guess I'm a little late. You wait long?
待ってたのよ。ずっと待ってたの。
I see. My bad. Also, I'm sorry. I told you I put an end to everything, but I couldn't pull it off.
もういいのよ。全部もう終わり。また逃げようよ。二人で。私はパパがいてくれればそれでいいの。だからまた逃げ出して二人だけでどこか誰も知らない場所へ行って暮らそうよ。
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do that.
行こう。こうして私たち二人は手を取り合って身を寄せ合うようにして電車に揺られる。ねえ、どこへ行くの？
Any place you want to go, Makina?
海？そう、海がいいのよ。
So we go to the beach and then
に残して。ねえ、そんなのやだよ。
世界の影にいたけど聞こえたよ。寂しい悲しい世の遠へ薄い毛布を貫く声旗に傷をつけるあなたが落とした目印たどって歩けば明かりが森の中浮かぶドアを開けていいの君のこと救えるなんて嘘切なくなるからやめてねこれ以上は泣きたくない信じたくなる My heart 心は壊れているそれでも愛して冷え切っている紅茶を飲み干して明日が来ることに備え乾いた硬いパンをかじる孤独が震えてる私がなくした気持ちはどこかへ消えたの答えは誰も知らない
それから1年、
Their relationship's so
私
weird,
は
but still really
パ
good.
パと約束した通り、パパが私に返してくれた7000万円を元手に、海辺の小さな町の片隅で 小さなパン屋さんを
I
始
wonder
め
if
た。
stop calling him Papa and start calling him Purple.
ありがとうございました。
This is a weird relationship.
お店を始めて最初の頃は日本人が焼くパン屋ということであまりお客さんは多くなかった。それでも最近はお客さんも少しずつ増えてきて私の焼くメロンパンを楽しみにしてくれている馴染みのお客さんもできた。もし私一人だったらここまで来ることもできなかったしお店を始めようとも思わなかっただろう。私には私を助けてくれる人が思った以上にたくさんいてこうして多くの人に助けられて私がその中でも一番感謝しているのは
Morning, Makina.
パパ、おはよう。昨日はよく眠れた？
Yeah, I've been sleeping a lot better lately.
とにかく座って。今、コーヒー入れてあげるのよ。
If he's gonna keep being your papa, you should get another boyfriend. Yeah, I appreciate it.
元気になって。1年前のあの日、あのまま死んじゃうのかと思ったのよ。
To hear JD tell it, I'm not sweet enough. I'm not simple and goddamn easy.
でも、右腕はなくなっちゃったけどね。
What are you gonna do? The bones and muscle in my shoulder are totally pulverized, so the arm is basically going off of its skin. I knew it was down to this similar, but I think similar. When I was changing clothes in the station after being shot, I even considered just ripping the thing off and moving it from my house. Besides the dead stick though, no reason to give some poor janitor a heart attack.
だからってコンビニで買ったガムテープでぐるぐる巻きにすることないのよさ。あの時私パパの傷口の治療しながら何度も吐いたのよ。私こそごめんなのよ。私のために本当にごめんなさい。
It's fine. Feels like I've been a low-key break. If anything, small price to pay for a divorce from the devil.
ねえパパ、ちょうどお客さんもいない時間だし朝ごはんにしようか。
Yeah, I'm actually starving.
最近はちゃんとご飯食べてくれるようになったから私ちょっと嬉しいのよ。あれ、電話だ。パパ、ちょっと待っててね。Hello? This is Makina speaking.
909仕事よ。
んだよ、キアラかよ。なんなのよさ、こんな時間に。まだ朝なの？
緊急よ。30分後に迎えの車を出すわ。準備して。
めんどくせえ。おめえがやれよ。ライフル貸してやっから。私まだ朝ごはんも食べてないの。
あなたね、そんなもの私だって食べてないわよ。いいから準備するの。まったくもう、どうして9029号はいっつも言うこと聞かない子が襲名するのかしら。
そうカリカリすんなよ。生理が止まるぞ。
あなたたちがそうやってのんきにパン屋なんてやってられるのは誰のおかげだと思ってるの？
おーらい、わかってるって。ちゃんと働けばいいんでしょ。働けば。 真面目にやるのよさ。
正常期に誓って。
はいはい、正常期に誓って。
27分後迎えを出します。G装備に待機。
いや
You done?
なんか急な仕事なんだって。ごめんね、一人で大丈夫？
Not a problem. I'm pretty used to the artificial arm by now. Making coffee shouldn't be an issue.
じゃちょっち行ってくるのよさ。
That's correct, kid.
問題ない、任して。ああ、そうだ、パパのリューポルド借りてっていい？
But again, you're always breaking them.
大丈夫ね、お願い。
Fine, take it.
やったー、あんがとう。すぐ戻ってくるからね。
I'm happy. Makina Route.
私は愛用の L96A1AWS の入ったケースと、無理を言ってパパに借りたリューポルドのケースを折りたたみのアルミカートに縛り付け、迎えの車が来る近所のショッピングセンターの駐車場までガラガラとカートを引いて歩く。フロリダの日差しはとても強くて、サングラスをかけた目を空に向ければ大きな太陽が照りつけて頬を焼く。今日もいい天気になりそうなの。こういう日はカラッとしてて湿度が低いから球もよく飛ぶし、きっと一発で当たるよね。新しい街で新しい仕事として店を始め、そして私は重度負傷で退役したパパの代わりに新しいアルバイトを始めた。すべてがこれまでの私にはなかったもので、慣れないうちは戸惑うことも多いけれど、私は今の生活に満足している。そう、とてもこれまでの人生ではろくなことがなかったような気がするけれど、今は自分にできることが多くなったせいか、毎日が楽しい。そしてきっと明日も、そのまた先も、ずっと毎日楽しいに違いないと、そう思えることが幸せだった。この穏やかな生活を守るのが今の私の一番の目標。902現着。
確認した。
たった一言ですぐに回線が切られるのにも慣れた。この幸せな生活を守るにはやらなければいけないことがたくさんある。でも大丈夫。今日はまだ頭は痛く、さて頑張りますか。そう自分に言い聞かせて見上げた空にはカモメの群れが飛んでいた。私はかけていたサングラスを外し、ポケットから出した目薬をさしながら静かに打ち寄せる波の音を聞いた。心にまどろむ平和な音だった。
Same seagull sound from Moon in the Cry.
グリザイアの果
Oh,
実。
done. Okay, that's Makina's route. I got one route done. That is so awesome. Ow. This is all for one house. Okay. One down, 4 to go. But